G'day Fishos, Sammy here and welcome to another tutorial. Now in this one, I'm going to teach you how to throw a prawning net. Now, many of you may be going, oh, what's the difference between a prawning net and a standard cast net? Well, for one, standard cast nets, they've generally got a bottom pocket. Some do have top pockets as well, but they've got a bottom pocket. And the technique you use to throw them, you're actually trying to get the net as far away from you as possible and to open up at the extremities of that range. Now, a prawning net on the other hand, it's a bit different. So instead of having a bottom pockets, stereotypically we've got a chain bottom and no bottom pocket, just straight mesh all the way to the bottom. Now what they do have is a top pocket. So all the prawns, they shoot up the top, get caught in this top pocket, and to empty them out, turn upside down and just shake them out the top. Now because we're using boats a lot of the time to find these prawns, we're using our sounder, and when we find those prawns on the sounder, they're directly below the boat. So you don't want to try and chuck the net too far, but you want to open it up as big as possible right at your feet. So cover as much surface area and get it to drop right at your feet where those prawns are being picked up by the sounder. Now stereotypically we try and use as big a net as possible. Now in Queensland the biggest net we're allowed to use is 12 foot. So I'm going to show you how to throw a 12-foot net. It covers the most surface area, gets the most prawns, and you get to feed quicker. Now before you start, make sure you do check all the rules and regulations in your local state and area around cast nets. They are illegal in some places, so make sure you check it out before you get going. So I'm going to show you the technique and then we're going to give it a whirl. So generally while we're prawning, we have our rope, but we have it tied to the boat, not ourselves. Because we're in a boat, we're in fast current, you're in deep water, you don't actually want it attached to your wrist, because if that net gets snagged on something and the boat's drifting away, it can actually pull you out of the boat. So it's something we definitely want to avoid. Have it hooked onto your boat instead, and that way you're never going to let go of it, it's never going to come off, and you should be right as rain. So we don't factor the rope coiling into our action because it's all going to be sitting on the deck of the boat. So what we do is we grab the swivel, and I'm going to cast it, well I'm not sure, I'm right-handed and I coil it all in my left-handed. So yeah, if you're right-handed, follow me. If you're left-handed, go the opposite way. So right hand is holding the net, left hand holding the swivel, and I'm going to run my right hand down, get about an arm's length and coil it, and then go once again, grab an arm's length, it's a big net, and coil it. Now you should be left with around waist height of net. So when I drop it on the ground, it should be come right up to my waist there. Now to load the net, we want to grab a section of chain down the bottom and chuck that over my left shoulder. Now that leaves me, if you see there, with 2 strands of chain going down. Now I want to grab the front one and then over my right knee, pull it over and just walk your hands along and just coil the chain up. So you don't want to grab any of the back strands, you just want to grab the front and coil it on the right side of your knee. Now that's going to pile up nicely. You want to get about half. Now this is the tricky part. Might be a little difficult to show on camera, but that strand that's going down the right side of our body there, you can see, I want to grab my pinky finger and I want to loop that there. So I've got my pinky finger like so, and I've got it looped in. Now with these 3 fingers that are remaining, I'm going to grab that coil of net there. So then I'm left with a net load that looks like that. Now I've still got it on my shoulder, you can see that there, still on my shoulder, but it opens out in front of me. Now to cast it, it's a bit of a twist and release, but you don't want to let go of that little pinky finger. That's going to stay in your hand and you're going to drop it at the last moment when the net is fully opened out. There is a bit of a trick to it. I'm going to have to take a fair few steps back because this is a big net, it opens up a long way, but I'll give it a hoy and use a few camera angles to show you what I'm doing. Righto, let's give it a whirl. Arm out, hold on with your pinky, give it plenty of revs. Here we go. There you go guys, that opened up nicely. Now obviously we've got pretty well as much as we can spread on this net, and that's going to give us maximum surface area coverage. It's going to catch us more prawns. Now hopefully you guys can get the hang of that, catch yourself a nice tasty feed, or even some great live baits if you need. But get out there, practice in the backyard, and then get out in the water and give it a red hot go. Good luck guys, catch you out there. See ya.